Hey guys, what's going on? So Blackwing Lair and the Darkmoon Faire are supposed to be launched sometime in early 2020. I would assume that it's probably going to be the earlier portion of January. So a lot of people are really stoked and excited for Blackwing Lair to come out, and I am in that same category as well. I'm really excited for, some new raid content to come out that my guild and I can, work our way through. And there's been a lot of videos that have come out from different people about Blackwing Lair, and I plan to do a video on Blackwing Lair myself. However, I don't see anyone talking about Darkmoon Faire, and Darkmoon Faire is actually pretty important. And we've talked in the past on separate videos about how important it is to get a head start on some of these things before they actually launch, because prices for materials and all that stuff are going to go up. So this is one of those situations where you can really be prepared, and that is going to be with the different turn-ins for your Darkmoon Faire tickets. And so with that being said, let's just get right into this video, and we're going to talk about ways that you can prepare to get these tickets for yourself, or ways for you to make a lot of gold on launch of Darkmoon Faire. So first, let's say that Darkmoon Faire is very different in Classic WoW than it is in Retail WoW. From my time spent in Retail WoW, I remember that Darkmoon Faire was like overhauled completely, and it has like a new zone, and there's quests for you to complete, and a lot of like mini games and things like that. In Classic WoW, Darkmoon Faire is very simplistic. Okay, so there's going to be a few quests that you have in the area for you to collect different items out in the world, and there's ways for you to turn in these different items, and then once you turn in the items, you're rewarded with Darkmoon Faire tickets. Now, these tickets really can't buy you anything great. Almost everything that is offered is pretty lackluster at best, but there are two epic necklaces that are actually very strong. So one is a caster necklace. It's called the Orb of the Dark Moon, and it has 11 stamina and 8 spirit. So the stats on it aren't anything great, but it also has the equip of increases your damage and healing by magical spells and effects by up to 22. Now, if we take a look at our other necklaces that we have in the game, yes, Choker of the Fire Lord is much better than this item. However, if you're like my guild, we've only seen it, I think, 2 times. And that's it. It's very hard to see, and then when you do see it, it's often going to go to, if you do loot council, it's going to go to very specific classes or very specific people. It's one of those big ticket items, so there's a very good chance that you're still rocking a necklace that is pretty lackluster at best, and this would definitely be a huge upgrade for you. And if you're anyone like a hybrid class, you probably don't have much chance of getting a necklace like that anyways, so this would be a good option for you. Like for myself personally, I'll be picking this item up for when I am PvPing, and it's a great option for that. Now, the melee equivalence is the Amulet of the Dark Moon, and that is raw stats on it. It has 19 agility, 10 stamina, and 10 strength. I think this necklace is really good for PvP, and it also would be an upgrade for some players in PvE. However, a lot of melee are going to have the Oni necklace, which is just far better for PvE. But the great thing about both of these necklaces is we already know what goes into crafting them. You need to have 1,200 tickets, and there's several different ways to acquire these tickets. And we're going to go into the best ways of getting tickets and like the best bang for your buck. So what items and what things should you be picking up? So the Darkmoon Faire was created so that every single player, no matter what level you are, can partake in it. So that means that some of these turn-ins are kind of designed for lower level players and lower level things. So that would be things like small furry paws, soft bushy tails, torn bear pelts. All these things can be found at really low levels. Also, there's some crafting stuff for low levels as well, like copper modulator and green fireworks, all that kind of stuff. Now, while those are available for you to use, and if you have those items, definitely take advantage of that, we're going to look at more of the cost efficient and just the best items you can look at getting. So my two examples would be armor kits and then also the thorium widgets. I believe those ones are going to be your best bang for buck. And also there's a few other ones that I'm going to talk about, like the bad eyes and also glowing scorpid blood. So if you're a leather worker, my suggestion would be to go over to Eastern Plaguelands and farm the monstrous bats. These will give you bat eyes, which for 10 of them, they turn into 20 tokens. But at the same time, you can be skinning the corpses and then creating armor kits, which those, if you have 8 rugged armor kits, they turn into 20 Darkmoon Faire tickets as well. So that is an option if you don't really want to spend any gold and you just want to spend some time in the next few weeks farming. That would be a great option there. However, if you're like me and you'd rather farm gold in a more lucrative way and then just buy stuff off the auction house, I would suggest thorium widgets. And I would suggest doing this, again, like I've told you guys in the past, I would suggest doing this before the Darkmoon Faire is actually released. Because as soon as Darkmoon Faire is released, all these items that we're talking about right now are going to go up in their price. So the thorium widgets right now are very affordable. I did the math on them. I'll show you the math on screen. However, if you get enough thorium widgets to turn in and get one of these necklaces, it's roughly on my server around 250 gold. Now that's really good. If you look at different epics that are bind on equip that are on the auction house, a lot of those are a lot more expensive. Things like Myrmidon Signet, what else? There's several different necklaces that are bind on equip for casters. There's also Sash of Mercy and Hide of the Wild. All of those items are going to run you into the 400, 500, 600 gold range, whereas this necklace, if you just buy all the materials, you'll be able to easily turn all this in and get a necklace that's really good, like I said, for around 250 gold. However, as I've said, you need to take advantage of this now. You need to go on the auction house, or you need to go out and farm thorium bars so you can make these thorium widgets, and you need to do this quickly before the Darkmoon Faire comes out. Now, my tip for making gold here is if you don't really care about these necklaces, say you are, a hunter and you already have your necklace from Oni and you don't really need any of these necklaces, then my suggestion, if you want to make some gold, is farm some gold or purchase these thorium widgets, and then what you can do is you can sell them in a pack. People really tend to like ease of access, and they're willing to spend a little bit more for that. So right now, if you spend 250 gold and you get the exact amount of thorium widgets that you need to turn in and get exactly the amount of Darkmoon Faire tickets for that necklace, easily the day that Darkmoon Faire is released, you can go ahead and advertise that in trade chat or in world chat and say, hey, selling enough thorium widgets to pick up your Darkmoon Faire necklace, and advertise it for 350, 400 gold. Right there, you just made a bunch of gold back on your investment, and worst comes to worst, if you can't sell it, you're definitely going to be able to at least sell it back for the price that you spent on the thorium widgets. Because right now, they're going for a very reasonable price, and they'll definitely go up in value come Darkmoon Faire. As I've stated, the thorium widget turn-in is just the most cost efficient for the amount of tickets you get. So while there's other ways of picking up these tickets, like I said, there's the glowing scorpid blood, there's bad eyes, there's armor kits. All of those are fairly decent turn-ins as well. However, the thorium widget just blows it out of the water. This is the best one for the amount of cards that you, or the amount of tickets that you get rather. So that would be my suggestion. Now, if you're like me and you really value your gold, you might be thinking to yourself, hey, if I spend 250 gold and I get this necklace, am I going to instantly replace it with something in Blackwing Lair when Blackwing Lair is released? And I'll say no. With the release of Blackwing Lair, there aren't that many decent necklaces actually in Blackwing Lair, and your best bet is still going to be Choker the Fire Lord from Molten Core. So there's very low chance that you're actually going to get Choker the Fire Lord. Like I said, you need to be kind of lucky. So this, in my opinion, is just a great way of getting a guaranteed item for pretty low in terms of cost. And it's something that you can plan for, and you know you'll get it day one of Darkmoon Faire coming out. So that's this video. Hopefully that helped you guys out. Again, like I said, if you don't actually need to buy this necklace for yourself, if you do invest now in the proper, preparation of getting thorium widgets and things like that, you'll be able to make some gold come Darkmoon Faire. Like I said, guys, I think Darkmoon Faire and Blackwing Lair is going to be somewhere in January, so you have some time to prepare. It's not going to be on us in the next few days. It's going to be several weeks. So definitely enjoy the holidays, have fun with your family, take some time away from WoW, but you'll definitely have time to prepare. And that's the end of this video, and I will see you in the next one. Probably not in the next few days, as Christmas is right around the corner, but I'll definitely have a video out by the end of the week. All right, guys, take care.